So Ben, when's your birthday?
Today.
On with the show. Welcome everybody to the West Street Podcast. We just discuss whatever we've watched this week. Pretty much. I'm your host, Matt Taylor.
And I'm still the other guy that sits in the room, Ben McMullen.
That joke never gets old.
It does not, just like my sense of humour.
Alright then. What's been happening this week?
I don't know, mate. You're the one with the plan.
Right, let's have a look at the plan. So it's gonna be a news-heavy episode this week.
We've not really watched anything like particularly special, or groundbreaking in the last week that we really wanted to talk about in depth. So
it's a disgraceful way to talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I mean, we're already there. You want to talk about how woke Brooklyn Nine-Nine is?
No,
save it till later in the podcast. Man.
Don't mess with the status quo, man.
Sometimes change is good.
Whatever. Right. Let's start with the big. I think the biggest news in a minute is the Capetown kind of drought.
Oh, you think that, do you?
Yeah, I believe that's the biggest piece of news. What is this? Go on. This is what I call the West Street syndrome, where we podcast worse on an even numbered podcast on an even numbered episode.
Dog shit. Yeah. So the Capetown drought, big, like interesting sort of. I think there's wider sort of factors going on here that are more interesting to look at than just the fact that Capetown's going through a drought. Do you want to talk us through it a little bit?
Yeah, so basically, it's the first developed city to ever run out of water it's estimated to run out in about a month.
They've got just today it came through, they've got another 20 days worth of water released to them from
because of
other
reservoirs
or something.
Yeah.
But it's essentially, it's the first really developed city
to have this kind of a crisis.
Yeah,
like water
to the
crisis.
point where it's you're limited to 2-minute showers, 14 litres per person per day. There's not water in shops.
Yeah,
it's a very
people are cleaning out shelves and fire as if it's like rations for the end of the world.
because there's just no water. I think it's quite interesting because we sort of people talk about every now and then you'll read an article that says that water's going to be the next commodity that people fight wars over, and that might be you're looking at Capetown being one of those places where water is suddenly something that's more valuable than
money.
Other.
Because you can't buy it, then it's more valuable than money.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's interesting, and how they're going to handle it, and how obviously the South African government is not quite as. I'm trying to think of the
I'm
right
raising my
word.
eyebrows here in intrigue.
Efficient as sort of Western countries' governments. So they're going to be struggling already, I think, to handle this crisis in a manner that will resolve it well. I have a feeling this will not end well for Capetown, but I don't quite know. I don't know what the end game is.
My parents
when
go to
you run out of
Capetown
water
in November, so that'll be interesting.
In November the coming November 2018.
Yeah.
Well, they've got a whole winter until then. Who knows? It might rain a lot, and they'll be fine.
So.
But I think it's interesting to see what's the end game. What happens when there is no more water?
Water ain't come in. That's what they're for.
We do a Live Aid.
No, as in the
South
charity
Africa.
water aid
But
sends in bottled water. Because there's water elsewhere, it's just obviously it's not getting developed, so it's not priority.
Yeah, but I think it poses larger questions of where do you go from here? And is this going to be something they're going to have to think about in the future from now on? If it's happened once, it can happen again. Yeah. So what are the steps they're going to take for it?
Obviously, if it's happened now, it's going to happen more commonly in the future.
I think so.
I believe that.
Because climate change is real, Donald.
We're not going to have a Trump episode this week. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about him.
Fair. It's alright, it's not like he's done anything noteworthy in the news.
Oh, yeah.
Recently.
What has he done?
He called the Democrats that didn't clap for him during his State of the Union treasonous and un-American.
And that's our only Trump of the week.
That's cool. To do with that what you will.
So I saw in Capetown it's such a crisis for people that a guy just had a basket full of water in the supermarket and a woman didn't have any. She asked for one of his bottles. He said, you can't have it. That's what he said. He must have done. That's what I assume happened anyway. So,
well, within Capetown as well as you have some of the largest discrepancies in wealth and income. You're also going to be looking at when water becomes even more valuable than it is already, there's going to be very serious repercussions, I think, between the different, because like South Africa as a whole, but Cape Town, Johannesburg, the cities are so segregated in income, wealth, opportunities, and just generally like in geography, that you're gonna really struggle to. I think the poorer communities don't know what they're gonna do, and so that's going to be another thing.
And no one seems to be talking about that, do they?
No,
because they're the people without the voice. Yeah, so let's move close to home. It has been quite eventful this week within the British perspective.
Yeah.
You prefer British politics?
Yeah, do you want me to? I'll take the lead.
Well, I'm just going to give it, you want to talk about Brexit, because...
What else
happens?
Yeah, what else happens in British politics at the moment, honestly? Well,
Unless you're Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Ah, funny. We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that, we'll get to that in a second.
Fun fact, 100 years ago today, women gained the right to vote.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and my dad was on the phone, told me that, and then it's gone downhill ever since, hasn't it? And I went, bet that went down in the two female household that you now live in. And he went, no, it did not. My dinner was cold.
Misogynist McMullen, God.
I'll edit that out, my dad's a nice guy. I swear, it was an off-the-cuff joke. He doesn't actually believe that.
No, okay, I respect that. I believe that to be true.
Yeah, you met my dad, haven't you?
Yeah, he's alright,
So, Brexit-wise, David Davis is continuing to demonstrate an ability to understand how the EU works.
Who is David Davis?
He is the Minister for Brexit, essentially. The Minister for the Department of Leaving the EU, or UK ex-EU is the name of the department.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I think that's the name of it. It's something like that. And so it's his job is to negotiate the deal that Britain will have when they leave the EU and how it will work. And, well, he doesn't seem to understand what leaving without trade agreements would mean, because he seems to think that means we can just trade with anyone. He doesn't understand that you create trade agreements for like really complicated reasons that not even I'm fully aware of, and I don't fully understand, but I understand that you need them because they govern things like quality and production and like chemicals and how they're shipped and how many of them and how they can come apart and things.
Does it cover tax as well?
I imagine it probably does as well. That would be the tariffs part of it.
Yeah.
So that's whether you tax some, like, because in the EU there's no tariffs within the EU. So it's cheaper to ship things within the EU. Because
that's why it's a trading group.
Yeah, exactly. Than it is to ship them to like countries not in the EU, because they'll put tariffs on imported goods.
Bring back the EEC.
Yeah. So, but you say these things sometimes, I kind of brush you off and then I realise what you've said and go, oh, why don't you agree to that? No. But we'll just move on. But
I don't agree. I don't condone the EEC either than moving back to a time like that.
Christ, that's still preferable to a no deal at this point, though.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, apparently the European Union, the minister from the European Union, whose name I've forgotten,
David Davis.
Who's David Davis is like opposite within the EU, had to explain to him again how trade agreements and tariffs would work, and it's come out that the European Union are going to put in the final agreement that they're going to be able to restrict the UK's access to the single market if we piss them off post Brexit, which, I mean, the UK have gone, oh, we're not going to accept this, and it's like, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Have a tantrum? This is all part of the EU's plan to shaft us. They absolutely want to shaft us, which they're totally within their right to do, because by leaving the EU, they want to demonstrate that's the worst decision you can make. Yeah. So they're going to show all the countries, Greece, Italy, some German, some French, Spanish, Portuguese,
don't do it, Britain.
That don't leave the EU no matter how bad it gets, because look at how bad we treated Britain and look at how bad a deal Britain got. And like that's part of their end game.
And we will only survive because we're Britain. Greece wouldn't be able to take a hit like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, because Greece doesn't have, like, I think the thing is, I just don't know how a lot of it's going to go in terms of like the financial markets, and because obviously being British, we have a lot of like standing in the world that we don't necessarily deserve.
Yeah.
And it's how is that standing going to be affected in the long run, and how are we going to play that is I don't know.
Yeah. Let's keep it light and breezy.
Yeah.
That's not Brexit at all.
Easy days, because Brexit is always a cheerful subject to chat about.
This is not the Brexit podcast. This is the West Street podcast. Let's talk about some fights. Jacob Rees-Mogg. I thought he'd been punched when I saw the headline. Headlines are misreading. I get that. You told me differently.
Yeah.
I read the headline and thought, oh, let's podcast.
Well, so
about
the
that.
initial headlines were that he was giving a speech at UWE, University of West England in Bristol, and
it's not in Bristol. It's quite far out. But yeah, okay.
Oh, it's
like half an hour drive out.
Is it? I didn't know. I just saw UWE brackets Bristol. Like maybe it was there. Bristol. Do they have a campus in Bristol?
No. It's technically in Bristol, but it's
okay,
very edge. Yeah.
I didn't even know UWE was a university. So yeah. Oh,
carry on.
Shade.
We go to Leicester.
Shush, we could be Russell Group if we wanted.
Carry on.
So he was given a talk at UWE, and the initial reports were protesters came, disrupted the talk. He tried to leave, and they got in a scuffle. And like Jacob Rees-Mogg wasn't involved.
No.
People defending him well, security were.
Spin doctors got involved.
There was physical intimidation. Lots of like Stella Creasy came out and said that it's not okay and stuff. And
yeah.
If you don't know, I don't like Stella Creasy. She's like, she's not my local MP, but she's Walthamstowe's local MP, which is the next borough over for me. I met her a couple of times, and she's just not a pleasant lady, in my opinion. Sorry, Stella, but maybe you should have been nicer to me when you met me.
I'm guessing she's a Tory.
No, she's Labour.
Really?
Yeah.
She called her out, but she said, "This isn't the way to get your views across."
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I think I saw that.
I met her at charity dinner, and she just clearly decided she wasn't interested in me, and just completely like disregarded me and some friends at some like big charity dinner. I think it was just a bit like slimy. She's slimy in my opinion. Free country love, I can say what I want. But then it's come out. If you watch the video again, what happens is the protesters start shouting, Jacob Rees-Mogg needs to leave, but then there's a confrontation somehow. But what happens is actually this guy in a white shirt swung and hit a woman in the face, and then the guy standing behind the woman went for the guy in the white shirt. But then people have figured out that the guy in the white shirt was a member of Rees-Mogg's security detail.
Yeah.
But then further thing of that is, and my laptop is closed down, so I can't pull up the article. But further to that is, it turns out the guy's like, he's employed by like a legitimate private security firm that specialise in like sort of politicians at events like this, as like not necessarily like actual security, more just like a like kind of they stand around and look intimidating. If anyone gets a little bit too rowdy, they push him out the door before anything happens.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But this guy clearly lost his temper. He full on punched a woman in the face.
Yeah.
But he's also a bit of a neo-Nazi. There's like pictures of him wandering around in a neo-Nazi uniform and going on about. I don't want to say anything else because I'm worried that it could be incorrect. But that's definitely true.
Yeah.
What I've said so far. But yeah, so it's like initially you're like, oh, this is not right. Like this isn't the right way to go about things. Like Rees-Mogg is a dick, but also like, why would you punch that guy? Like, he's just
he's not John Major, is he?
Yeah. Also, a strong gust of wind would knock him over.
I saw a thing. It was like
women getting the right to vote would have knocked Rees-Mogg over it. He'd been like 100 years ago.
No, it was I forget. I'll remember it. It was the original bit was like, we need to stop violence towards politics, politicians becoming a thing after this or something like that. And someone just replied with, an MP got shot last year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Joe Cox.
Yeah.
And surprisingly quiet about that sometimes. Joe Cox's husband's an absolute guy.
Yeah.
He's really good sometimes at just pointing out the fallacy that people are like, by the way, an actual fascist got away with shooting an MP.
Yeah.
And maybe that we need to think about this whole... Because the right in this country are very good at playing the victims, I feel like. The Conservatives, they spent a whole day today, I saw in Parliament. They got Katie Price?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was Katie Price. She came and gave a talk in Parliament about how horrible online bullying is.
Oh, God.
And all the Conservatives were like, yeah, the left, they're so mean to us. And they say mean things online. It's like, I mean... I didn't see a Conservative MP getting shot last year.
No.
Yeah. Or was it 2016?
Yeah, it was 2016. Yeah, so people are
over
still
a year, just over a year ago, 18 years ago.
I was still my head's still in 2017.
Yeah.
Well, let's go for something a bit more light-hearted. You watched the Super Bowl on Sunday night.
I did. It was a really good game. Really good game.
I don't know what the score was because I followed that sport.
I can't remember what the score was, but it was close.
Yep. Cheers.
Like 43-37, something like that.
Ben Mullen did a sport, guys.
Highest losing score ever in the Super Bowl.
That's interesting.
And most number of yards run in any NFL game.
Wow.
Ever.
Oh, that is
so that meant they were going up and down the pitch the whole game. So it was really interesting because you didn't have one team that spent fucking 4 hours with the ball throwing it 3 yards every time. It was genuinely like every time the team got the ball, they were really shooting for touchdowns every time. Yeah, Philly played. There were some really cool plays they did. There's one called the Philly, which is like they did it on the touchdown end, and their quarterback like faked a pass and then ran round to the side and then caught it in the touchdown zone. So their quarterback got a touchdown as well as being quarterback for the game, which is quite cool.
Nice.
Apparently he was their backup quarterback.
Really?
He came in 3 games late because their regular quarterback got injured.
Nice.
And he ended up taking them to the Super Bowl. Apparently he was abysmal in the first few games though, and they only got through because they had a really good defence or something. But that was really interesting. There was another interesting thing. Was it the Patriots kicker was a rookie, so he'd never played before until that season. And what happened was their kicker. So kickers, like, they literally only kick the ball. That's their entire thing. So they don't run or anything. So they're really skinny guys that literally can just kick a ball consistently from 60 yards over it. And they get paid really much. This guy was an accountant, and he worked in New England, and their kicker got injured. So they just held open trials to see who turns up. This guy does it, gets the job. He was so good, but they had to wait for 2 weeks before he could start playing because he had to hand in his notice at work. But it was just like it was this really weird thing of just like, damn, that's actually so cool that like
someone can do that.
You don't you can sort of a little bit come from like nothing and end up playing the Super Bowl. Just if you're just like supremely lucky, you don't have to be one of these people that's playing football forever. But it was a super interesting game and it wasn't that long. Kicked off at 11:30, was over by 3:15.
That's very nice.
Which was actually like. We settled in for like a 4.5 hour game or something, which the Super Bowl is sometimes, because both teams play really conservatively, really defensively, and this time they were just going for it all out, and it was really interesting to watch. Edge of our seats for the last 5 minutes, because it was so close towards the end as well, like Patriots were going for Hail Marys, and it was good fun. Wouldn't watch it again though.
No, fair.
Also, I don't think I'd want to watch another Super Bowl. Literally because that was so good.
That was so good to
that was such a good Super Bowl to watch.
Yeah, because you have to make an event out of it. By
exactly.
Getting people together after midnight.
Yeah, it was like 8 of us around Keith's house and we had pizza and we had snacks and beer and it's like, it was so much fun. Don't want to ruin that idea.
Once in a blue moon. I get you.
Oh, funny, because we had a blue moon last month, didn't we?
I didn't even know that.
How did you not know that? JJ made a whole thing about it in his weather report. Do you know what a blue moon is?
Wait, let me guess. When the moon floods.
No, this is staying. When the moon floods is your guess for the blue moon.
No, I'm going to go...
it's really simple.
Does the moon go blue because...
No. It's actually got nothing to do with
the moon sad?
No. You're such an English student. Literally, think it. There is no theory to this. Think about like literally just what would be an event that's incredibly rare that involves the moon.
Is it something to do with Neptune or Uranus?
No.
Is it something to do with the sea?
No. This is really painful.
Is it just where it is? Is it just because it's closer than usual? No. Is it because it's near the sun?
Nope. Can I tell you now?
No.
Oh, if someone knows, they're going to be screaming at them.
Oh, they won't be. No one gets that enthusiastic about this.
Oh, I don't know. This could be really frustrating if you know it, because it's so basic.
Is it something to do with... is sodium the one that burns blue?
I mean, possibly, but no. It's literally, it's so basic, man.
Is it because
it's just... What does the moon do every month?
Go full.
Yeah.
Does it go not... Is it empty or not empty?
No. Think of it the other way around. If it's full once a month, what might it do very rarely?
Disappear.
No.
Not be full.
No. Still full. What might it do fully very rarely?
Eclipse.
No. Oh my god.
I would sound like such a... Oh, God.
Such respect.
Oh, get me here. Oh, please do. Please help me.
Okay, so the moon generally is only full once a month.
Yeah. Was it full twice?
There you go.
Oh, my God. Oh, that was... Why blue moon? Why not a double moon?
I don't know.
It's the moon again. Why not that? God. Right, let's just carry on. To be honest, I don't know why you went on about the Super Bowl so long. I wanted to talk about the Han Solo trailer because it annoyed me.
Go on then.
Right.
You can take the lead on the Han Solo
Right.
trailer.
I was really excited. No, I wasn't excited. I was intrigued because they should never have made this film because you don't need it.
Yeah, but Donald Glover.
Yeah, no. Honestly, Donald Glover is the only thing I'm excited for in this film, and like, right.
Go on.
The actor doesn't look like Han Solo. He doesn't look like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, but French.
No, but the fringe isn't right. And this.
Keep going. Come on, there's more here.
Right, okay. So the things I like, let's go through that. Donald Glover will make a very good Lando Calrissian because he looks like him enough, and everything he's in, he does well. So I imagine he's got that nailed on. And no one's complained about him. I've heard complaints about the script. About
How many directors did they have for this?
Well, no, they had Lord and Miller. No, they had Lord and Miller. So technically it was free, but Lord and Miller were a duo. Mutually agreed, and Ron Howard's got it. And Ron Howard would have done a smashing job with it. That's why it looks beautiful.
But Ron Howard's got to work with what's already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chewbacca's going to be good. I like that. I like Woody Harrelson. I think he'll suit this. I think it'll be a fun film, to be honest, because why would you want a serious Han Solo film?
Yeah, that's a good point. You just want it to be like...
If it's just a fun, gritty film, and it's... I don't know.
I
like the one thing I like is the idea of there's going to be no force in this at all, is that I hope. Because it's just going to be...
Vader's in it.
It's just going to be... No, he's not.
The Empire's in it.
The Empire's in it, but Vader won't be in it.
Oh, fair point.
So, like, I feel it's going to be...
The Empire are the generic bad guy.
Yeah, but will there be the bad guy in this? I don't know. Will Boba Fett be in this? I don't know.
I doubt it because he's just a small-scale smuggler in this, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the Empire is just the generic authorities. It's the feds. It's not... You know.
I think he works them.
Oh, does he?
Which is that's the old story that they discontinued. But it was shot on a 70mm camera like Rogue One, so it's got that kind of old feel.
Yeah.
Before A New Hope, I like that. I'm a big fan of that. I don't know, but they made the Millennium Falcon look clean, like it's pristine white.
Really weird,
so what's going to happen to that?
Well, it was originally Lando's, wasn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's
so.
That's going to show that. Oh.
It's definitely going to show that. It's 100% because that's such a huge part of the canon that it was originally Lando's Falcon. Like,
if it's just a card game, that's the story. He loses on a card game. So if it's just a high stakes poker, I'm not asked for that. I don't know what I want to see.
But that's how it happens in the actual film.
Yeah, but I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. I don't need to watch it.
Oh, I love playing devil's advocate.
I don't need to sit and play a 10
solo film.
I don't need to watch a 10-minute film, 10-minute scene of a guy who doesn't look like Han Solo winning a Sabacc tournament to get the Millennium Falcon.
And to be fair, it's not exactly like it's going to be a really tense game because
he's going to win that. Also, just make an Obi-Wan film. You've got Ewan McGregor at the prime age. Throw him in, give him a Darth Vader, put Darth Vader in it as the enemy.
Obi-Wan on the run.
Yeah.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Looking after little Luke.
He didn't go straight, well no, he just left Luke on Tatooine, but didn't go straight to Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Tauntaun.
Oh god.
Tatooine.
Yeah, maybe he goes off planet.
Spend like 20 years running, like trying to.
Yeah, no more Tatooine. Yeah.
Leaving loads of false breadcrumbs all over the place.
Oh no, he's not allowed. No, he's not allowed to leave Luke. No, he can't leave Luke.
Why not?
You can't leave Luke for that long because that's his job. That's his one job. You had one job, Obi-Wan. You had one job. Yeah. So I'll watch this film because I think it will be interesting.
It's coming out soon as well. It's not December.
Late May.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, they've given up the December slot, even though it's a home run every time.
Yeah, that's what I think.
They've broken 2 records or something like that.
But also I think the December thing works really well because it's every year at December.
It's an event, yeah.
Yeah, but it will become a thing because they're releasing so many. It becomes a thing every year in December. Kids will remember every year December is Star Wars Christmas.
Yeah,
that is.
And they'll sell so many Star Wars toys.
But that's such an important thing to think about. Like, can you imagine, right? You know now you have the Coca-Cola advert comes on. Everyone goes, "Oh, that's when you know Christmas is starting."
Yeah.
The Christmas Coca-Cola adverts come on.
Oh.
When you know Christmas is going to start when the Star Wars trailer comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I rate that. I like that.
And
I never thought about that. Plus,
they ballsed it up by messing up the December. Because also it works quite well every 12 months.
also,
they
it
get
would
a
have given
film.
them 6 more months to save this train wreck of a film.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we don't know.
But then it means you now got to wait 18 months to the next one as well. Because that will be December.
I don't think it is. I think Star Wars 9 slated for May.
Oh, you think they're moving forward?
Quickly Google that. Yeah, I think they're trying to move towards this.
I mean, I guess that's okay. But it's
Well, no,
just-
because Episode 8 was meant to be released in... Oh, no, 20th December 2019. Well,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, they have
wait
brought
from
it back, I
May
respect that,
2017 to
But
December 2019.
it's a smart decision. I'm not criticising it, but Episode 8 was meant to come out in May, but that got pushed back.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, interesting.
But I think now I think they should. I think maybe that was why the. So maybe Episode 8 was May.
Yeah.
Han Solo was May.
Yeah,
Then they pushed Episode 8 back, but Han Solo stayed,
yeah,
and and then they went, well, fine, we'll put 9 in December as well,
yeah,
and just leave Han Solo in May.
yeah. Oh dear. Oh well, they'll still make loads of money from it. They'll still make more Star Wars
we'll still
films.
go see it.
Yeah, that's classic. Right, let's get onto the bulk of this because it's what we have been watching this week.
Yeah.
We've you finally caught up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Season 5 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's our common ground, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've
it's
always
great
agreed.
TV to be fair.
It is very
Very
good TV.
short season though.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I don't,
No,
it's a 20 episode
yeah,
season
it's one of those.
show.
It's 20 minutes of like light-hearted comedy,
Yeah.
so you'd expect them to be 20-something episodes.
And then I think it's gonna like he was on the cancellation kind of.
Really?
Well, it's speculated.
I don't think they
know.
would. I think
They
it still
shouldn't, but
draws
the
enough
viewership
views.
are down. It's
Is it?
down. It's definitely down. So it's just a shame because it's not got any worse, has it? Like I still
No, I
enjoy
think
it.
it's got better.
I think the characters have got better. Yeah, like because Holt. Just look at like he's so
Yeah.
much more fun on screen.
he's,
isn't he?
he's just a more developed character.
Yeah, no, I think they've genuinely like a lot of seasons like Big Bang Theory and stuff like they've gone stale.
Yeah.
I mean, you will win stale. This hasn't gone stale
Yeah.
yet. It's not for a long way.
It's only at season 5 though as well. Big Bang Theory is like at 9 or 10 now at this point. So I think maybe they need to start thinking about
Also-
wrapping it up.
Have you seen that Young Sheldon thing?
I don't want it. No, I've seen adverts and just decided it's
awful. Oh, it's like Jake Lloyd meets Big Bang Theory in the worst
Yeah.
way. Jake Lloyd playing Anakin Skywalker and Phantom Menace. Yeah. Well, no one likes annoying kids unless it's the Disney Channel.
No, and well, no one likes it either. I don't
No,
know why
I
they
don't-
thought that'd be a good idea. It's just they saw a cash cow and decided.
It is a cash cow.
It was probably
It's like the How I Met Your Father.
yeah.
film, How I Met Your Mother. Just going bollocks to that. Right, Brooklyn Nine-Nine series 5.
Yeah.
Still as funny as it was, I believe.
Yeah.
No Craig Robinson episode. You know Doug Judy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the staple
Was Doug
episode.
Judy in season 4?
Yeah, yeah.
What did he
Yeah,
do
we
in
watched
season
the
4?
episode. It's the one where they're in the hotel. They have the hotel together and they've both got robes on.
Oh, that was season 3.
No, season 3 is the cruise. And there's one where there's 4 episodes. There's definitely 4 episodes with him.
Okay, cool.
There's one with yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay.
So
That's
that's
a shame. Yeah,
I
because
really
Doug Judy's
like that
fucking
guy.
funny.
Yeah. He's so good in Hot Tub Time Machine as well.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, so that was disappointing for me. But other than that, I don't know. I didn't have any quarrels or any of the episodes.
No, it was good fun. They introduced more Boyle people.
Yeah.
The Boyle family's just a joke with the cow mating. Just like Amy and Jake, I think are a really nice couple.
Yeah, that's just had to be. I think it's just satisfying because they set it up as an obvious thing. And they kind of just.
But it works
like,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
which
it
I
does
think is
work.
nice. Like,
And it's never a drama. It doesn't take centre stage and become a romantic show. It's just.
yeah,
It's like the action in that. It's not the action never is anything because you never think, oh god, what if they don't get out of this alive? Like a guy's pointing a gun at them, you think, oh, this is secondary. So I respect that. I like the way they do that because if you want to watch an action thing, watch an action thing. You watch this for the comedy and the easy viewings.
Mm.
But yeah, we think it's woke.
Yeah. They introduce spoilers for anyone that I mean, is it? But it's not. It's not that serious a thing.
No.
So I think the spoilers are like, oh my god.
It's always been quite well. It's always been that way though, because it's got an openly black gay captain. It deals with that. It never pokes fun. It's never been anywhere near politically incorrect.
No.
It doesn't. It just doesn't.
It just doesn't do that.
It's just on the surface. No. Yeah. Which is.
Well, they did an interesting episode with Terry being stopped by another police officer.
Oh yeah.
And like Terry being like, I'm a police officer, and Terry like they confronted race quite interestingly there.
Oh, I forgot about that
Terry
episode.
Crews being like a big intimidating black guy.
Yeah.
And how he's a police officer looking for his daughter's blanket that's fallen out the window of the car.
Yeah.
And how like
the guy just didn't let him go.
Yeah, and the guy
didn't apologise.
Yeah, like where were they going to take that?
Yeah,
So that was
that's
very interesting.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, like that just came to me now. So like they confront difficult issues, but you're right. There's no.
It just never goes. I've never thought it stepped the line. It deals with a lot, and it's still funny because some things need to push that line, bend the
But
line.
you also need to have the conversation. I think in sometimes, like the way that Terry Crews one happened, or the Hulk being black and gay, or like Rosa being bi and coming out to her co-workers. Spoiler. Like. You need to sometimes. The thing is not to detract from the subjects. They're incredibly serious subjects, but like the being police brutality and being black and being unfairly treated by police in America. That's such an important subject, but sometimes I think maybe if people aren't getting the message already, giving it to them in a slightly lighter light, in a more like, oh yeah, but it's Terry Crews. He's such a nice guy. How could Terry Crews be intimidating? Yeah. Changes the way the conversation occurs, so people who maybe aren't getting there originally are getting there now. Exactly. And then they go, oh, I get it. He's black, and maybe that's what Like,
and they look at themselves in the mirror for a while. Yeah, too right. Yeah, they dealt with the. They brought the bi issue in.
Yeah.
They brought in the Rosa was bi, not the bi issue. And they handled it tastefully. They gave her parents reacted badly to it, but then. They turn around and it was
her dad being
Danny Trejo.
Just classic. Family game.
Oh, that was a great cast. Well, you can't not cast it in with your 9.
No, they get some really good actors in as well.
Yeah.
Bradley Whitford as Peralta's dad as well was quite cool.
Yeah, that's what,
and they had the guy that played. He's been in loads of stuff, hasn't he? But I know him from The West Wing. He also played one of the set. He had like some sort of minor role in the prequels.
Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
He's Amy's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy's dad.
Sure.
I found that really weird though because they were both. I've said this to you before, but
they're both on the West Wing,
and they were both really close on the West Wing, and then they go back and they're working together.
And they're in-laws.
But they're like in-laws. Yeah, I wonder what that was like. Side note to that was, Godless, the thing we were watching a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
It's got Sam Waterston and Jeff Bridges in it, who are both in another Aaron Sorkin TV drama called The Newsroom. Okay. And they both were really good friends in that, and then in Godless, they're enemies. Like, it was super weird, again, after having just watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I went, oh my god, there's another thing where these two Aaron Sorkin actors are in the same film together, like... oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, that's us done. There's not that much to say about Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, it's just really good TV.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
and we'll get to North-South Divide. Because I've seen a poll this week, and I don't know how we haven't argued this yet. We probably have in real life, but
we definitely have.
Is the Midlands a place? I think it is.
No.
Well, what's your evidence on that?
Anything north of the M25 is the north.
Which is wrong.
No, I've actually got here the cultural north-south divide of the UK. I'm looking at Leicester is in the south.
Doubt that.
Leicester is the border. So if you want to look at it.
Is that based on like an old Roman road or something?
No, I can't remember what they based it on, but it's supposed to be like relatively scientific.
Well, Norwich
but that's
if you divide.
That's if you divide England and Wales into a north and south. Well, yeah, of course, Norwich is here.
So wrong.
But it's like, because I would say Nottingham's north. Sheffield's north, Manchester's north.
Nottingham's definitely not north.
Birmingham, I think is difficult because Birmingham literally is the middle.
Yeah.
So, but like I would put Birmingham in the north literally because it's north of the M25, genuinely, or north of Cambridge and Oxford, like, So
I don't agree with that because the Midlands is a hub on its own, is a thing.
Birmingham is.
It has an airport called East Midlands. It's not like it exists.
Yeah, but I kind of, I mean, yeah, if you divide the country
And
up into three places,
I think calling Nottingham, Birmingham north is an insult to the north.
Nottingham's north. Birmingham's Midlands, fine. Nottingham is north to me.
Nottingham's East Midlands. Nottingham's like half an hour away from here. So you saying Leicester's not in the Midlands either?
No, Leicester, if I'm honest, Leicester's Midlands as well. But Nottingham, in my head, Nottingham is north. Even if it's only half an hour from here, Nottingham feels more north than Leicester.
Well, it's because it is more north than Leicester. Woo!
Yeah,
I just woke Dom up.
Yeah, here comes the angry noise complaint. This time not from a neighbour, but from DeMello.
Yay! Right, you can't win this because the Midlands is a place. Stop googling the north-south divide.
I'm googling it because I'm trying to pull up maps. Look, I've got a map of the Midlands.
So in summary,
we haven't agreed on what's the north-south.
I think I conceded last week, so I think you should concede this week.
I mean, I'll concede because you're a northerner.
Because fuck off. Right, let's do a basement battle.
Let's leave it there.
Let's do a debate because we'll agree on this. Right, we're going to put all the Brooklyn Nine-Nine main cast, recurring cast into the basement. Who comes out on top? Perot goes easily because he's like a sponge.
Yeah.
So Sandberg, sorry.
I mean, I think I know who's going to win.
Do you think it's
straight up Santiago?
Why?
She's fucking terrifying, man.
You mean Diaz?
Yeah. Sorry, Jesus. Oh, no.
You racist bastard. No! Alright, okay.
Yeah, so I know who's going to win straight up.
Yeah?
Diaz.
Why is that all about big man Terry Crews?
He's too soft.
What about the robot Ray Holt?
No. Ray Holt, I reckon, would try and calm everyone down.
Yeah. Okay, he's the leader.
Terry Crews would be trying to calm everyone down with Holt.
Yeah.
Diaz, rampage.
Diaz kills Santiago, Hitchcock, Sully, Perot very quickly. Yeah. It's down to those three, then what happens?
Yes. Terry Crews, I reckon he'd be scrappy because he's fighting for his daughters.
He's also a very, very big man.
He's a huge guy. But Diaz, man, she's got weapons everywhere.
Yeah, but you can just throw Diaz.
But she's got just knives everywhere. Why? Who would you vote for?
I think Holt dies first.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't fight them.
I don't know. Yeah, we're talking Series 5 Holt, Series 1 Holt. I think Series 1 Holt wins that because he's stone cold.
Fair.
He'd pull out his gun and shoot them both if they were a threat.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Series 1 Holt kills them.
Yeah.
Series 5 Holt dies first.
Yeah.
Dies first out of those three, and then out of those two, yeah. No, if Diaz could stab, yeah. Diaz. She has a weapon on her. Crews, he's muscly, but he'd get a few good hits in. But yeah, okay. Samurai sword to his legs, and he's down like a sack of spuds.
Down like a sack of spuds, love it.
That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. So,
yeah.
Let's wrap it up. I mean, it was quite an abrupt ending, so we'll just...
Yeah, well, we looked at the amount of time we've been recording for and decided that we need to stop rambling.
At least
it's actually been decent podcast for an odd episode number.
It's even.
Even episode number.
Yeah, even with the bad ones. Even though they get the best views, so who knows.
We'll see.
Quick housekeeping. We are weststreetpod@gmail.com if you ever want to email us. We do very much appreciate emails or feedback, so please do it if you've got this far into the podcast.
Yeah.
Also, find us on Twitter @weststreetpod. Final thing, shout out to Tash and Corbs because they always listen.
They still listen, yeah.
Yeah, if they've got this far. I mean, I hope you make it safely to Evington, Corbs.
Yeah, whenever you're listening to this on your walk.
Yeah, I've been Matt Taylor.
I've been Ben McMullen.
We've been the West Street Podcast, and as usual,
we are sorry.
We're sorry. We're so sorry.